Greetings and welcome to Earth Angel Activities, where I will be doing a reading for you tonight. So we'll go ahead and hop right in. Thank you, Most High God. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father, for this message. Thank you for the viewer. Thank you for peace and comfort. Thank you for healing of the mind and the body and of the soul. Thank you so much for prosperity in the soul and in the mind. And as we prosper in that spiritual space, we also prosper financially. In your name, we thank you so much. So it is. Ashe. What messages do the angels have for the one who is watching right now, God? What messages? Stand your ground comes out immediately. Let me cut a light on for us. I'm hearing the word stalemate. Stand your ground and shadow are the issues that are heading the energy here. This figure is more prominent, and victory is on this side. And this stand your ground figure here is a silhouette. It's shadowy, very shadowy image. And there's victory in this space, in this shadow, in this space where you're looking at you, you're looking at yourself, you're looking at the things that you've contributed to society, to yourself, to your own spiritual development, your children, the children who are around you. There's been this huge focus on becoming a better human in general, just better human altogether. I'm seeing someone who is stepping out of their comfort zone, really enjoying life, trying new things, learning new things, and I'm seeing someone who has developed this sense of patience. There's this very solemn calmness that I'm feeling. So if there is anything that's going crazy in your life right now, I'm seeing that the calm is coming in. And just simply taking the time to enjoy your life while these changes are taking place is going to make the difference between if you suffer or if you endure. Suffering is something that is inevitable in this life. So when you suffer, you should suffer with grace. And I'm using the word suffer in relevance to difficult times. You know, times where you have to truly engage your faith. You know, today has been one of those days where I felt a lot of energy. And there was a lot of complacency in the air that I was just noticing. I mean, it was taking place in personal life, in scrolling life, when I went to the store, I observed some things, you know, and I really got to this moment where I was just like, where are my thoughts going and why? And I was feeling kind of down. You know, I really truly was. I was feeling kind of down. And I needed to go to the store. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and go. And while I was in there, you know, of course, sometimes that's when God will give you a little test. You know, even when you're down, when you're feeling like that. And I knew I didn't want to be rude to anyone or project what I was feeling, because a lot of times when we're feeling down, it can be observed by people around as if we are angry or have an attitude. You know, oh, that person has an attitude. Are you sure they have an attitude, or did they just have a crisis going on and their face reflected it? You know, giving grace in that respect, you know. But a lot of people are not emotionally intelligent and they're not able to give that. So, but for earth angels do better because they know better. So when I was out, I had to fake it till I make it, you know, smile, hello, greet people if that was what the situation called for. You know what I mean? And even then, you know, in those spaces, like when things are going on, when there are things on your mind, but you have to keep going, I'm hearing it's important to still remain diligent. It's important to still remain diligent. You know, observe yourself. Reflect on you. And not just from an outward point of view. You know, and this exercise is something you do only when you're seeking to connect with those around you. You know, because this type of exercise requires you to humble yourself and to also allow the ego to take a break. You know, so reflect from a space of looking at you. And that's why mirror meditations are so beneficial, because sometimes you can see, you know, what thoughts generate what facial expression. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to kind of know you, because you are the one person. This is weird. Like, this is wild. This is something that came to me in meditation years ago. If you are the only person in this world that you will never get to see. You will never get to see yourself. Isn't that wild? You will never get to see yourself physically, you know. You'll only get to see a reflection of yourself. That's it. A reflection is what you get. You get a reflection from the mirror. You get a reflection from your romantic partner. You get a reflection from your family, your friends, your relationships, your co-workers. And sometimes when we are honest about the reflection that we are receiving from those spaces, you might pick up on words, keywords that people are giving you about you. It could be offensive, it could be flattering. But the important thing is to take that thing and ask yourself, is it true? Of the things that you know about you, this is the shadow word. Is it really true? And, you know, that looking at yourself, isn't it wild? Like, you are the one person you'll never get to see. That's why it's so important to self-reflect. It's so important to take the time to look in the mirror. It's so important for you to understand who you are, how you project, how you emote, how you could possibly be perceived, especially if you're frequently misunderstood. You know, sometimes you can be so, I want to say strange. That's the first word that comes to mind. So that may be a word that you use to describe yourself, or it can be a word that it triggers you, you know, but you can be, you might be different, you know, you might be different. You might have a different way about you. You might see things differently, an extreme viewpoint on something that people might find to be quite strange. And that is something that you're really passionate about too. So it could be something that causes you a lot of grief to have to stand alone in this frame of mind or in this significant way of thinking, you know. But I'm hearing that you need to stand your ground. The way you're thinking these thoughts, especially if they are beneficial to a group, that's the thing you got to ask yourself. If it's beneficial to more than just you, then you know that that's your spirit team talking. You know, no one gets hurt. Everyone wins. You know, those messages come from your angels. You know, you have to remember, as you're going through this persecution, or as you're going through this this position of trying to get to know yourself and understand your own desires and who you are and the way you project in the world and the way you feel and why. As you go through this, I'm hearing the divine say, stand your ground. There's a thought that you're having that may seem unusual, but it is a thought that it's uplifting to your spirit, and it would uplift a lot of people. That's something you want to lean into, because I'm seeing that it brings so much movement and fertility and new beginnings in your life. And the patience that you feel as you go through these things, it's like I'm feeling that feeling that I was feeling earlier today, where I was feeling kind of down. It's like you might have these moments where you're feeling like these ups and these lows, and they're kind of extreme as well. And I'm hearing that that is an activation. It's like a shockwave. It's like it's a surge. That's what I'm hearing. It's a surge of energy that you're receiving, and you're just getting acclimated to it. You're getting acclimated to this energy, and this energy is coming from doing this shadow work, this looking at yourself, really, really getting to know you. It takes that honest self-review. Bars. But you have to really believe that this new beginning is really for you, and really truly believe that your angels are with you. Like, truly. Because the emotional loss, this energy, this heartache, it's like I'm seeing someone who has been misunderstood for a long time. And I'm seeing someone on their knees, praying, crying, really feeling lost. You know, the 5 of Cups, I am picturing in my mind, and he is on his knees praying, you know, and I'm seeing that type of energy, really not understanding the changes and the shifts that are happening, like even the emotional changes, the feelings, the energy. You know, some of you guys don't realize that you're an empath. You might not even resonate with the terminology empath. But some of you guys, you might find that you are as you do your shadow work. When you are dealing with the shadow, let me give you a little tip. All the shadow is that part of you that you don't express. It's the part of you, it's the words that you don't speak. It's the feelings that you hold back, or it's the feelings, it's the reason why you feel those feelings. That's the shadow. Okay? And sometimes we don't even ask ourselves why we feel the way we feel. Sometimes we feel offended, but we don't ask ourselves why we feel offended. We just go on feeling offended. And sometimes if we don't mature emotionally, we can place blame on someone else because we feel offended. when that's really our own work, you know? It's really and truly our own work. That is how you know you're healing. You know, some of you might be dealing with a person who truly takes no accountability whatsoever for the way that they feel. None. Every time you interact with this person, it's like you have to walk around on eggshells. And even with you walking around on eggshells, you still find a way, in their eyes, to annoy them, to offend them, to upset them. This is not your work. You are part of it. You are part of this is part of your assignment. Especially if it is not your desire to trigger someone. If it's not your desire to trigger someone, truly and earnestly, it's not. You're just talking and, hoping that you have a new friend or a new associate that can be a helping hand at some point, or you may be able to help them at some point, But no, that energy is coming to be that person is always looking at you as if you have done something wrong. No matter what you do, it's like you see obstacles and challenges. No matter what you do, interacting with this person or this circumstance or this situation, it is never good enough to let that other person tell it. But you have to recognize that there is a deficit within that person. They are dealing with a deficit. As an earth angel, see heartache and loss. This person could be more of your assignment than you realize. They really could be. Look, patience again. It's like you're having to be patient with this person. And I'm thinking about work versus home, and I'm thinking, look at the bottom, it's the little house there. Work versus home, foundation and achievements. Your foundation, your home, your achievements, your career, your work, right? I'm getting this energy of being one way in one place and being one way in another place. And that your family really needs you. And I'm getting this energy of feeling really drained. Look at that. Feeling really drained. Emotional withdrawal. It's like something between you and this person is draining you, it's draining them. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this, let's get some information. Who is the person? Somebody might be power tripping at the house because this is, or it could be home. But, because this is creativity, this is power, this is the Four of Wands. And then we've also got destiny here, the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody feels like they're sacrificing too much. Somebody feels as if they're sacrificing too much. And if you are a married person who is tired of your husband or your wife, they're getting on your nerves, you're thinking about leaving your relationship. Look, you're disconnected from your partner, your spouse. You're bored with them. You tired of them. I'm hearing I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you could be saying that about your partner, your spouse. You could be watching these readings to see if you should leave your spouse. There's a lot of talk about the foundation and emotional loss. I don't tell anybody to leave their spouse or to stay. I think that's too much. But I will say this. I will tell you to leave a person alone if it's costing you your relationship with God. You're not talking to God. You're not praising God. You're not living in and allowing God to flow through you. Your relationship is abusive. Your connection causes you more tears and pain than anything else. Because I'm going to let you know, you can't be crying all them tears when you get older like that. Because aesthetically, you know, the snapback is not like it was when you were in your early 20s. You have to guard your heart. Guard your heart is what I'm saying. Because over time, you know, continuing to feel this burdensome feeling, it really dims your light over time. If you don't know how to receive the love and the light from the Most High. Because a lot of times when people are gung-ho about leaving their relationship, I've noticed that it usually often points towards when they went through like the sour patches. It seems to be a normal stage in a long-term relationship where it kind of gets cold for a minute and where people are really thinking about leaving each other. You know, that's just a part of it. And it's important to gain some type of staying power. You know, do unto others. If the relationship is going through a slump and you can see that your partner is still giving all they got, then you should still be giving all you got. And if all your partner got is 10%, then you give the 90 with grace and love and affection for this person. Because you would want them to do the same for you. I'm hearing the angels tell me to say that if you look within your shadow, you will understand that not everything looks as it seems. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing that somebody might be sitting around watching TV all day, right? Playing video games all day. And you want them to look for a job or something like that. You know, typical scenario. But I'm hearing that your spirit guides want you to look deeper than this. Or you could be a boss, right? And somebody keeps showing up late for work. The angels want you to look at this situation with compassion and try to understand what's truly going on. Because somebody is dealing with anxiety and depression, and that's how they're dealing with it, is submerging themselves in like TV or videos or sleeping, or, you know, it's something going on like that. And the person feels as if they're letting you down too. And because y'all are connected. Y'all are connected. Y'all are connected in the mind and disconnected in the physical. It's like y'all might not even be talking to each other, walking past each other, not even paying, you know, but your minds, your thoughts, they're intertwined. You can hear what each other is thinking. You can feel what each other are feeling. And it's because this is a real, you know, soulmate connection. You know, but I'm seeing it's been so many conflicts and so much pain that it's been very difficult for you to even look at yourself, because I'm seeing that you're constantly thinking about them and what they've done and how they've hurt you and how they're not seeing what you need and your needs aren't being met. There's a lot of arguing. There's a lot of miscommunication. Things left unsaid, but they are felt in the spirit. A real breaking down of the relationship, and someone is thinking about moving on, seriously. And they're thinking about moving on for the hope of material success. They feel like they can do better without somebody. But, you know, it's funny that this message is coming through today, because I watched an interview earlier with Tabitha Brown and her husband, and they were talking about how, you know, well, Tab was saying that she was thinking about leaving her husband at a time because of finances. That was a temptation to leave. And I feel like, and she said, but she was glad that they didn't have the money that they have now, because it kept them together. And her husband said that he feels like they still would have had their money if they would have had it young. And Tab said no, she don't feel like they would have. So, you know, and I feel like they are like such a beautiful couple. And I love the fact that they have been together so long. You know, I love that idea of standing by somebody so long. But as said, the longer you stand beside someone, I'm assuming that that's just a stage. It's like a ritual, an initiation to the long relationship club. And I feel like this relationship has potential. What do you want the viewer to know about the potential of this connection, God? You've got the material harvest and the material changes. Financial and material changes. This could be a very challenging shift, but if you can make it, because it's mostly mind. It's mostly mind over matter. It's all mental. It's mostly mental. I'm seeing that the environmental circumstances are there to add to the test. What do you want the viewer to consider about this connection? The way you project. Because if you're feeling trapped in fear and you're afraid, what you could be ultimately projecting to this person is that you don't care, you don't believe in them, you don't trust them, you don't love them, you don't care about their feelings because, like I said, this person is dealing with bad anxiety. And that is why it's so important for you to go back to the shadow. Because when you look at your shadow self, your true feelings, your true thoughts, the way you felt, the truth in how you felt, the truth in the words that you didn't speak. You know, when you look at your shadow self and when you understand the humble parts of you that have also been down at times, I'm seeing it's going to help you to be compassionate for this person. But like I always say, these readings are general and you can't be nobody fool, because this is a very, very, very challenging energy that I'm picking up on. It's like a lot of things to get over, but I am seeing, let's see, let me pull a card about if you make it through, if you decide to stay. If you decide to stay, what is the energy around that? Is this really feeling like a romantic connection, spouse? What do you want the viewer, the one watching, to know? What do you want the one watching to know about this energy if they stay? Look, the Queen of Wands. Intense love of life. Okay? Determination. It's not going to be easy. Look, the Five of Pentacles. Because, see, you got the Five of Pentacles here. It's like a super massive shift where your poverty consciousness is going to be activated. Like, right? You're going to have to fight that. But I'm seeing that they're doing that so it can heal. They want to heal it. And the Lovers, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Hermit, and the Eight of Swords with the Owl. Look, this is a mind game right here that you and this person are going to have to play. And you're going to have to play it together. I'm hearing Minecraft or something like that. That's weird. I don't really know what that game is about, Minecraft. But that's what I just heard. It's like you're going to have to play this game together in order to win. You know, it's not easy because finances are making it hard. It's like finances are affecting your connection. And you're going to have to do whatever you can to get over it. Look, it says extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yeah. So a lot of deep diving in the emotional body, a lot of letting go of control issues. And once you do that and you step into this playful energy together, you know, I feel like things are going to work out good. But also, you have to understand, though, before you can step into this playfulness, one thing that I can't stand is somebody come up laughing in my face when, we just fell out. Don't come in here laughing and chit-chatting and tee-heeing and kikiing. I can't be that fake today. I'm not doing it today. Like, we're going to talk. But I don't do it in that energy because I know that presents confrontation, so if they come up in playful energy, receive the olive branch, but also stand on your business and say what you got to say. Don't let nobody make a fool out of you today. Okay? Bars. All right. So I hope this reading has been of some assistance to you, and we will talk again soon. Bye.